You know, it's always special when women come together. And when they come together, not to compete but to collaborate, it's even more effervescent. But yesterday was special, more so than usual. Because I think women felt for the first time that they were not just in charge of their own narrative, but were collaboratively working on the narrative for African sisters. So that's what made yesterday like even better, right? It's that we're taking back the African woman's narrative, and we're doing so with each other, from people from different sectors, and we're trying to understand together how do we change the lot of African women, and that's like really empowering. You know, we talk about collectivity, but we have to acknowledge how difficult that is. You know, all the other drivers in society, you know, Mom was talking yesterday about how we have sort of lost the African way of working. All the other drivers in society are very much about me, I the individual, right? And at best, my nuclear family. So how this group of women in this safe space that we've created in Mahalisburg, when we go back to our real lives, can continue to feel as part of a collective is going to be very important. And I think that the practical ways of doing that are just by leveraging the tools that are already out there for women to continue to network, to talk. And I think that's important as we iterate and reiterate what this is going to become heading towards next year. But finding out who women are, what they're passionate about, and how they can lend that to the general struggle and the direction we're pulling is going to be the most important thing for the network to sustain. Whether you live in Alexandria and Joburg or in a ghetto in Paris, we can see that young people just do not believe that they have a future. So it's not even a question of, oh, are there services that I can take advantage of? It's actually, I don't think I'm worth anything. And social change begins when the African girl knows without a shadow of a doubt that she is valuable to her father, to her village, to her country, and then to the world. I think people need to just look at me as a 32-year-old woman who every day wakes up and thinks, how did I get here? As an example that actually, when you follow your heart and you do what you believe, it will align. The people like Nomsa Daniels and Mama Graça Machel, who are bringing together women, some of them they already know, but people like me were far more of an unknown entity, right? So for me to trust that the work I have put out there in the world is shining a light on my behalf. Now, a lot of young girls who do not come from a middle-class African background will look at me and make an exception for me and say, well, that's good enough for you. Whereas actually, they just need to know that wherever they're at, whatever they're passionate about, if they can find someone to connect with them and help them make that happen, trust that that light will shine and people will recognize it and involve you in this platform. And I can already see that there's an appetite for people younger than myself, more diverse than myself, to bring their expertise and their views and their passion for the African continent, because they're the ones who have the energy to sustain it. And I look forward to just being the bigger sister to those guys.